back at it. Another final form talk. And today, I'm so fired up. I just got back from deadlifting 605 pounds at the gym. First time in 10 months. And I've got so much energy, I want you to take it from me and take it through the phone and have it for yourself. Because I've got unlimited energy. And this is how you need to be feeling too. Right now, I can't help but think it's the easiest time to get ahead of people. Look around you when you go outside. So many people have average physiques, average finances, average lifestyles, and they're completely okay with that. Many people are distracted. They're consumed by comfort. They're consumed by instant gratification. But if you're an ambitious, driven guy, and you can get yourself to live in congruent alignment, to get yourself to do the right things every single day that set you up for success. If you can remove the distractions, the things in your life that are holding you back, and start living in alignment with your highest self, you will be unrecognizable from your old version of yourself. You'll be unrecognizable from 99% of people. You won't be average anymore. You'll be extraordinary. And right now, we're going to talk about how to become a baller in every single way. Now, the three pillars of a baller are your mind, your body, your bank. As a man, you can't get through life if you have a weak mindset. And of course, a weak mind equals a weak body. A strong mind equals a strong body. Your final form physique, that is a prerequisite to living your best life. So once you have your mind and your body in order, the last thing is your bank. But your bank doesn't come from you chasing it, from you being desperate. No, your bank comes from you going through the personal development journey. Your bank starts increasing as you start to develop as a better person, as a new identity. And physical transformation and mindset transformation are two of the strongest things. And it's the only combination to start shifting your identity and becoming a new person. So the first thing that you need to start doing is developing a morning process. For me, it's wake up, pray, visualize, hydrate with my electrolytes, do my push-ups, my gratitude list, and then off to the gym. Now, right now, if you wake up, scroll, take a piss, drink your coffee, you're not going to immediately have a 6-step morning routine. But this is why through habit integration and habit stacking, you start to develop better habits, actions, and behaviors from that new identity. And once you're a new person, you won't feel like you're white knuckling a protocol. You won't feel like it's hard or a struggle. No, it's just who you are. You need to start developing that morning routine. Wake up non-negotiable between 5 and 7 a.m. every single day without missing, Sunday through Saturday. Once you start doing this, you start to gain more mental clarity, more energy. You start to gain more fire and purpose in your own life. Like I said, as you start to pray in the morning, visualize. You maybe want to meditate. Whatever it is that primes your mindset for the day and the things that come at you will make you stronger mentally, spiritually, physically, because you're also going to the gym every single day and you're developing your body through hypertrophy, strength-based training. And as you start developing your mindset and your body, you start to look in the mirror, you start to see the changes. And once you start seeing the changes, this is when it starts to get fun because you start gaining more confidence. But really the confidence, what is confidence? It's just proof. Proof that you can keep your own promises. Proof that you get shit done. Proof that you can follow the plan and execute. Proof that you never miss. And this is exactly why building up a stronger mindset, a stronger identity attracts more money into your own life. Because as you start teaching yourself, hey, if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. I don't miss. I'm non-negotiable. You stop negotiating with your potential, with comfort, with instant gratification. And you start becoming a man who can attract the lifestyle in your head. And as you start developing that morning routine, you start to gain more momentum throughout your day. More momentum and control over your own life. And more control is really just power in all other areas of your life. Physical power, mental power. These are the things you need to live at your highest self in your own life. Right now, if your body doesn't match your ambition, you're missing out on the lowest hanging fruit. Because it's extremely easy to get in shape. And you'll probably nod your head, yeah, it is. But why aren't you lean year round? Why haven't you done it yet? oh, well, you know what? I don't have time or this. Well, no. To become a baller and your best self, you got to start focusing on your body, your physique, no matter what. No matter what, because your health is wealth. Your health is wealth. Your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health. All of these things play a part. Everything affects everything. So as you start upgrading your health, as you start upgrading your mental, your physical, you start raising your frequency and your vibration in your own life. And you start to shift that identity. And as you start to become a new man, you start to live your life in congruency with that version of yourself in your head. You start developing a better body, developing a better mindset. You start to actually focus on the things that are moving you forward. You're only consuming things that are positive for you. You only have good habits that are positive for you. And you start to align your mind, your body, your bank. And one of the biggest ways to start aligning your bank too is simply through mental clarity, which is why the morning routine is so important, because it aligns you for your best self, to be your best self every single day. Instead of thinking, how do I get the things I want? How do I get more money? How do I get this and that? Start thinking, how do I be more? Stop being selfish in what you can take from the world and start giving more. Start giving more value. Start learning new skills. This is also another great thing you can start implementing into that morning routine. Because as you work out every morning, as you work in your mindset every morning, you can implement working on that skill for 30 minutes to an hour every single morning. And in this world, there's no such thing as becoming 1% better every day. No, your results become exponentially better. As you start upgrading your mindset, you start becoming stronger. You start to become more aware of your negative habits. You start to implement better things for your life. You start upgrading yourself. Another thing you need to start doing to gain more clarity is to simply do a life audit. This is one thing I did in the past. I sat down for a week straight, every single day, once an hour. I identified negative thoughts, negative belief patterns. I identified negative feelings. And I saw, hey, why am I negative about that? Why am I thinking of things like that? You need to start identifying your thinking patterns, the belief processes that are holding you back. You need to start identifying the different things in your life that you have strengths in and weaknesses. You need to start looking at, hey, what are you interested in? What past experiences and skills have you developed? Once you start seeing these things, you start developing more awareness, you start realizing, hey, I'm good at that, I'm good at this, I can start aligning myself with this. And once you're in the industry, the business, once you're doing things that actually are aligned with your highest self, the results start to skyrocket because you're not feeling that internal friction of something's off or you're doing the wrong thing that you know deep down. You're not coping anymore. You're not ignoring the issue. No, you're living your life in actual alignment. You're removing the things that are holding you back. This is when things start getting fun. Because the biggest keys to the process are removing the things that are holding you back, living in conscious, congruent alignment with that version of yourself that you see in your head, and simply is shifting your identity, shifting the way you see the world, shifting how you see your own self. And the number one way to shift your identity, shift your subconscious mind, is through proof. As you start becoming a non-negotiable person, you start realizing, hey, I don't miss. I keep my word. I'm not negotiating with the bullshit comfort and things in my life that are holding me back. No, I'm removing them. I'm living in alignment. Once you start becoming a new person, it makes everything so much easier because you stop fighting the current and start riding with it. And once you start gaining more proof, you start to gain more confidence. Once you start gaining more confidence, that leads to more competence in your own life. You say, hey, I can get in shape. I can start doing this too. Hey, I can get in shape. I could ask that girl out. I could go take that risk. And once you start taking more risks, you start living in a life. You remove the fear from your mindset. You remove the fixed mindset you have. You start becoming stronger mentally, physically, all around. You can start attracting the network you want. You can start attracting the money, the career that you want. You can start attracting the relationships that you desire in your own life. But all this comes from you because you need to hear this. You are the source of everything in your own life. Everything is a reflection of who you are internally. Your habits, your actions, your behaviors, your daily processes. The things you focus on, the things you think about, they all come from the internal. The external reflects the internal. But the thing is, you could change right now. You could start attracting the people you want into your life. You can start attracting the better body, the better finances, the better lifestyle in general. But it starts with you. It starts with you taking control over your day in the morning. It starts with you positively stacking better habits, removing the ones that are holding you back. It starts with you living in alignment with that highest version of yourself. And biggest point, it starts with you gaining awareness. No more coping, no more ignoring the issue. No more sitting here, it's halfway through the year and I still don't have the body I want, but it's okay, this is just the way life is. No, you need to become non-negotiable. Stop missing. Start keeping your word. You feel the internal friction every time you do that shitty habit. Every time you feel that shame from the thing you know you're not supposed to be doing. You feel what happens after you procrastinate or you let fear dictate your decisions and actions. So stop doing that. Start doing something new. But the only way to replace the things that are holding you back right now is by doing something new. It's by gaining awareness and realizing, hey, something has to change now. And if you do all of this within 90 days, you'll be unrecognizable. You'll have a better body. You'll have more structure and control over your own lifestyle. You'll have a stronger mindset. You'll make more money. You'll have more control over your own life. You'll develop better performance, better results in your career and your purpose. You'll develop more clarity, more energy. All around your life will change and you'll be completely different, closing the gap between where you are now and your body, habits, and identity and where you could be. The gap finally closes and you become that final form version of yourself. And the tip of the iceberg, your mind, your body, your bank, all those three things, the three pillars of a man to live that baller lifestyle, attract the rest of the things, the relationships, the love, the fulfillment, your purpose, your mission. All these things come from simply developing your mind, your body, and your bank. But most of all, it starts with you. It's a domino effect that starts with one intention, one decision. But the thing is, once you make that decision, everything changes for you. Now, it's not always going to be easy. Mediocrity consumes a lot of us. Maybe I shouldn't do these habits. Listen to that voice. I've done enough. I deserve to chill out. But no, you're a fucking baller, man. You're a fucking baller. You're developing yourself as a person. You're becoming that best version of yourself. And the best version of yourself, he does not miss. He does not negotiate. He's always becoming better in every single day, in every single way. And the changes you want to see in your life will start to happen as you start developing and implementing these things. What I want you to do is to message me, Final Form, on Instagram if you want the full blueprint to completely close the gap between where you are now and your inner potential in 90 days and to start living the life that you see in your head. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for new videos in the future. Comment this video resonated with you, and we'll be back later with another Final Form talk, baby. Let's go!